Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome. This is lecture number 4 in C programming. We will solve now exercise number 1, and this is just an example how we can use C programming to solve different problems, and this one from mechanical subject, which is dealing with forces and acceleration. The exercise says that for a system, the external force Fc and acceleration AC are expressed as a function of time t as the following. Given the Fc, the force equation, and the acceleration equation, we have also a constant g, 9.82 meter per second square. Write C program to calculate the force and acceleration for any input values for mu, ms, m, and t given by user. And as you see, this is a run example or execution example that we have to enter or show a message. Please enter the time. T should be greater than or equal to 0 in seconds. The user will read the message and enter 10 as example. Then another message will be displayed. Please enter mass, which is m in kilogram. The user will read the message and enter 12. Another message, please enter mu, ms. The user will read the message and enter 0.5 as example, or and 0.1, then enter. Then the message for the system of mass equal 12 kilogram, mu equal 0.5, ms equal 0.1 at time t equal 10 seconds. The force equal 48 Newton and the acceleration equal 421.1 meter per second square, then end. Now surely we have to start hash include the standard input output file .h, integer main. We can write void main, never mind, or keep it as it is. Main, start of the main, end of the main, and now we have to print. Before printing, by the way, we have to declare the variables. How many variables we have here? We have the force, the acceleration, which are results. I prefer to declare them as double. We have time, we have mu, ms, and the mass and g. I prefer to keep them floats, but g, because it's a constant, we can keep it a global variable, constant variable. So let me start by g, make it global. To make a global variable, define it or declare it before the main. Say, write the keyword const, and the type is float, and the name as example g equal the value, which is 9.82 semicolon to end the line. Inside the main, we have to declare local variables, not the global variable. The local variables should be inside the main, and I prefer to keep most of variables or all variables local variables, not the global variables, because if you want to keep it as a global variable, any variable, if you want to keep it as a global variable, that means it's accessible from anywhere. And this is sometimes dangerous, but you can do it if you want that. Now, how we can declare a local variable? Typing the value at the beginning, say that we have float, the name of the variable, we need the time t, we need the mass m, we need the mu and ms. Okay, and the results, I prefer to declare them double, because when you have a result calculated in a mathematical equation, maybe the value will be very large and we have to keep it in a larger variable type. Kind of float is double, but the size double of the float, double the name, say the force Fc, and the acceleration AC. By default, all these values now 0, all zeros. Now we have to ask user to enter the value by typing a message. The message, as you see in here, please enter the time, and just remind the user that the time should be greater than 0. Please enter the time and in seconds, comma, or quotation or anything, which is t, comma, t should be greater than or equal to 0. End the message. For that, go to next line to make it clear message. Now the user will read the message and type or enter the value of the time. Next we have to scan the value, which is a float, outside the quotation, comma, I want to save this float in the variable t. Outside we have to end the line by semicolon. Please enter the time in seconds. Then we have to read the mass value. Before that, let me check the program better to, or we keep it to next step, 2 steps together better to save time of recording. So let me go to next one. We have to ask user to enter the mass in kilogram. I will copy the previous commands. Please enter the mass in kilogram, the mass in kilograms, okay, which is m, and the mass, okay, like this, and then scan the mass as a float and save it in m variable. Next step also, please enter mu and ms together. So let me paste again, please enter mu ms. Surely mu and ms as a kinetic and static coefficient of frictions should be between 0 and 1, but this is programming course, not mechanical course, so I will not talk about these things, just how to program the problem. Okay, the user will read the message and scan 2 values this time, so %f. Please, we can keep just 1 space in between, or remove the space, or keep 1 dash, okay, but please don't keep 1 space before, or 1 space or more after, or backslash n like this. This is wrong, guys. If you want it, you have to take care about it. Now the first variable will be mu, so will be saved in mu, comma. Second value will be saved in the ms. So we have now the we read the time and the mass and mu and ms. We have the value of g. We are ready to calculate the force and acceleration. Okay, but let me check my program before. Run the program. As you see here, please enter the time in seconds. Say that the time in second is 1. Please enter the mass, say 1 as example, mu say 1 and 1. Okay, my program running without faults, without any fault. So let us proceed to next step. Next step, we have to calculate the force and the acceleration. The force, according to our problem, the force equal to 4 multiply, you have to use a star as arithmetic operator, so for multiplication, so 4 multiply t minus 3, then plus 20, semicolon. Then you have to calculate the acceleration. AC equal to the force Fc minus mu multiplied by ms multiplied by mass multiplied by g divided by ms. So mu, all of, according to the equation, it is fc minus all of that, then divided by ms. fc minus mu multiplied by ms, mg divided by ms. Okay. Now we have the values of the force and acceleration. By the way, we can't calculate the acceleration before calculating the force. So calculate the force first, then the acceleration. Now we have to print the result. So let me write print f double quotation the message as in the question for a system, for the system of mass equal a number. So let me reserve a space for a float because we want to print the value of the mass here, followed by one space and the unit, which is kilogram, comma, mu value equal a number, which is a float also without unit, comma, ms equal a value which is a float also, one space, comma, and the time at the time of t equal also a float seconds. Okay, I prefer to print the first line in one command and the second line in another command, so let me end it here by \n to go to next line. Outside the quotation comma, we need the first value here, which is the value of m, so we take it from the variable m, and second one for the mu, and third one ms. Don't forget that variables, variable names, case sensitive. In programming, everything case sensitive. Comma, and the last one is t, and that's it. Outside, we have to write here semicolon to end the line. And then we have to go to next line and print again the values of the force and acceleration. We will write the force equal to the value, which is LF, because we declared the force as a double, and the unit is Newton, comma, and the acceleration is again percentage LF, because we declare it as a double, meter per second square. Then \n to go to next line to make the message clear, bracket, semicolon here. And now here we forgot to end the message by double quotation, comma, the first value taken from FC, second value taken from AC. So as you see, the order will take the value of FC, print it here, and the value of AC, print it here. Now I think the program is ready. Run the code. Let's check if there is an error. There is no error. Please enter the time as example, say 1 after 1 second, for mass 10 kilogram, for mu and mus say 0.5 as example. As you see, the force for the system of M, 10 kilogram, we have more than needed decimal places, mu, ms, time, force, and acceleration is. So we have to go back to our program and control the precision of the number. How? By adding the following, guys. Let us go here. Yes, say that we want to specify that the maximum number of decimal places we want to show in the message is 2. Just write dot 2, and we can copy it to all of the values we want to print, like here, and for the time also here, and for the force and acceleration also. And let me run the program to show you the difference. Please enter the time, 20 seconds as example. Enter the mass, 100 kilogram. Enter MUMS, say MU 0.3, 0.7. See, for the system of mass, we have just 2 decimal places here, 2 decimal places here, 2 decimal places here, and so here and here. This is exercise number 1.